What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. So, I got a lot of new subscribers recently. About, I want to say 800 new subscribers based around the content that I produced like 2 days ago involving Stevie Knight and his review of the movie Sinners, so on and so forth. And so, first of all, I want to say welcome to everybody that's new to the channel. I got content for everybody. So I talk about a variety of things from life advice, celebrity news, sports news. I give my own stories about certain things that happened to me growing up on the south side of Chicago, or stories of me going off to college at Mississippi Valley State University and then going off to grad school at Arkansas State University, so on and so forth. I talk about a lot of different things, right? But I really wanted to expound upon my not me attacking him, but my stances against Stevie Knight and individuals like him, right? For those of you all who are new, I've been on a crusade against a lot of these alt-right black YouTubers for quite some time. I want to say a little bit over a year now, right? And I've made content sparingly about certain individuals over, a certain amount of months. You feel me? I've made videos about, No Life Shack, the Cartier family, Stevie Knight, etc., right? And I've spoken about how harmful they are to the black community, especially towards young black people who are very impressionable. And there are a lot of young black people who are aware that these black men who are on YouTube talking this anti-black rhetoric, there are a lot of black folks, young black people who aren't fooled by them. But there are, a lot of younger black kids who could possibly be swayed to go in the hard shoe raccooning direction, and I want to be able to stop that, right? To stop it in its tracks. When I made my comments about Stevie Knight, I got a lot of people supporting me, but then I got pushback from certain individuals. Some of these individuals, I'm sure I know for a fact, are Stevie Knight fans, because when Stevie Knight made a video discussing the hateful comments he got regarding his review of the movie Sinners, I saw some people saying that Machiavelli guy, he's in love with you. He gets on my nerves, so on and so forth. So I know some of those individuals came to my channel to try to dispute what I was saying, right? And what I hate that the fans of these alt-right black YouTubers do, and the alt-right black YouTubers do themselves, is they're trying to paint this narrative that they're being attacked, and they are being attacked simply for having a different opinion than other people. That's not the truth. A lot of these individuals are being attacked. Not even being attacked. That's the wrong word to use. They are rightfully being called out for spewing harmful rhetoric, anti-black rhetoric about black folks, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are being rightfully called out for regurgitating talking points that alt-right people use to denigrate black folks, to make us seem like the degenerates of society. And they just get on YouTube and regurgitate those same talking points. And for me, I'm never going to allow people to, you can do what you want to do. You can talk whatever you want to talk on your channel, but I'm going to provide pushback I'm going to provide pushback. You feel me? I'm not just going to just allow you to just, act like, I'm not going to act like I don't hear what is being said by these alt-right black YouTubers, So, and again, I said it in my live stream, Stevie Knight in particular, he got on YouTube right after he got a lot of backlash for his comments about the movie Sinners. He tried to get on YouTube and paint it as if like he was being attacked simply for saying he didn't like the movie. That's not what black folks was coming at him about. It was the fact that he tried to base it in the fact that it was woke. Yes, I know he stated he didn't like the movie for the plot and all of that, but then he put in there, he made sure to put in there it was woke, and all of that. That is the basis for him disliking this movie. When you watch the content that Stevie Knight makes, when you see what he does, every time black folks, he's always on the opposite end of black people. He never stands in solidarity with black folks at all. Whenever black folks make any content talking about systemic racism, talking about cultural appropriation, talking about cultural assimilation, when we make any videos talking about when anybody talks, any black person makes content discussing police brutality, he's always against it. He's always against black upliftment. All he wants to do is talk about black people having a victim mentality, all those damn buzzwords that anti-black conservatives use. You feel me? Those, victim mentality, you're being a victim, pick yourselves up by the bootstraps, that old bullshit. You feel me? And that's, he does all of that. And that is where a majority of his support for his channel comes from. He feeds the alt-right anti-black conservatives. He feeds them. He is the person that they get from the back. I always say this. Whenever an anti-black conservative white person, whenever they are spewing their hateful rhetoric towards black people, they always get the black person to march out from the back and say, oh, he agrees with us. See, look, I can't be racist because here's a black man that's saying the same things that I'm saying, right? And so they get people like Stevie Knight, they get people like the Hodge twins, they get people like Officer Tatum, they get people like No Life Shack, they get people like the Cartier family to use them, and Jason Whitlock, they use those people, those black men, you feel me, to validate their stance and to stand on it not being racist. And that's why they get called out. That's why they get called out, because they are harmful to the black community. They throw black folks under the bus at every single turn and think that we're supposed to just let it be. And whenever we call them out for it, when we call them the names that they should be called, when we call them butter biscuit sambos, when we call them bootlickers, when we call them every name under the sun, when we call them hard shoe raccoons, when we call them stepping fetches, when we call them hopping bobs, you feel me? They get mad and start crying. And then, they start talking about, they talking about me. Oh my God, they're being so hateful to me and being so hateful to me and my family. They're being hateful. They're being so hateful to me. Hey, man. Hey, listen, shut the fuck up with all that crying and hollering and all that whining. Because that's what they tell black people. When we talk about systemic racism, when we talk about police brutality, when we talk about cultural appropriation, when we talk about the assimilation that other groups of people do take up in America, and they assimilate to anti-black conservative culture, which results in them looking at black people as the ultimate degenerates. When we call that out, they call us victims. They say we're whining, we're crybabies, so on and so forth. So I want to say to those individuals, when we call those alt-right black YouTubers out, when we call them out, don't get on YouTube crying and bitching and moaning. You feel me? I'm gonna say shut up, shut that crying shit up. That's what I'm gonna say. You feel me? Because that's what they would tell us to do. They tell us that we just cry, we're crybabies, we're whiners, we're complainers, And so I really wanted to make this clear. I said it in my live stream, but yeah, they try to be very disingenuous and try to trick people into thinking that we don't like them because they have a difference of opinion. No, everybody is free to their opinion. We don't like when you have opinions that are harmful to black people. When your opinions are based in calling black people degenerates. When your opinions are based in what's the word I'm looking for? When you're trying to discredit black people, when you're trying to undermine black folks, the advancement of black people, when you're trying to gaslight black folks into believing that the systemic racism we experience, or when we tell y'all, when you try to act like the police brutality that we're talking about, we try to act like it's a figment of our imagination. We call that out, as we should. You feel me? So ain't nobody just messing with you and picking with you because you got a difference of opinion. And you're not going to get that off with me. You're not going to get it off with me and a lot of other people. So I'm standing firm on it, and I'm standing strong in that. And that goes for a lot of them. The Cartier family, listen, we're watching the rise of the alt-right black YouTuber because YouTube rewards alt-right commentary. They reward anti-black commentary. Seriously, because the algorithm you will get all into the algorithm. The algorithm push you. If I was on YouTube talking like Officer Tatum or the Cartier family, or talking like Jason Whitlock, if I was on YouTube talking like it's another dude. Is the dude name? And I forgive me if I'm wrong. I heard of a new guy. Is his name the Aquarius Wave or something like that? Aquarius Wave. I think that's his name. If I get on YouTube talking like one of these individuals, who else I named? The Hodge twins. If I was talking like them, my channel I would probably have 500,000 subscribers. Because it ain't hard to get that subscriber count. All you got to do is try to discredit black folks and call us victims, call us whiners, crybabies, and complainers, and naggers, and call us, what's the word I'm looking, lazy, call us, again, degenerates, call us ungrateful, call us unpatriotic, all of that, call us, what's another word I'm looking for, unchristian-like, and all of that. If I were to do that, all you got to do is do that, and your channel go to a whole nother level. You don't got to have no edits. You don't got to have no type of special effects on your channel. None of the above. Just discredit black people. Call us, and call us complainers. Call us professional victims and say we're stuck in victimhood, and your video will get pushed through the algorithm. And a lot of these alt-right black YouTubers, a lot of these anti-black conservative black YouTubers, they recognize the play. So a lot of them grift. And I told y'all how their channel starts. Channels like the Cartier family, Stevie Knight, No Life Shack, Tyrone Magnus, all of these individuals, they start off, excuse me for stuttering and saying a lot, I apologize. They start off reacting to music, okay? Then the music reactions start turning to Eminem reactions, right? Because they know the play on YouTube. Eminem fan base is ginormous. And all you got to do is act like everything Eminem says is gold, and you will gain a humongous following. If you act like every song Eminem ever made is outstanding, and oh my God, but Jesus, if you do all of that to every bar he says, including that's an awfully hot coffee pot, your channel will go to a whole nother level, right? So then they recognize this play because half of Eminem's fan base is actual hip hop fans. Only half of Eminem's fan base. The other half are not fans of hip hop at all. They only listen to him. And that other half that only listen to him, a lot of those individuals spew anti-black rhetoric. They are MAGA like a motherfucker, even though Eminem can't stand Donald Trump, and which is just crazy. Whatever, right? Because Eminem, he can't stand Donald Trump, but whatever. Half of that fan base that don't listen to Eminem, they only listen to Eminem and they don't listen to hip hop. Half of his fan base, they are MAGA. They spew anti-black rhetoric. They, they call black folks professional victims. They're anti-woke, all of that, right? And so they recognize the play. A lot of this Eminem fan base is anti-woke. We're going to start reacting to Tom McDonald, okay? And that's why I lose my damn top. Because when I see young black men coming from inner cities like me, like the Cartier family, what is a group of 22-year-old, 23-year-old black men listening to fucking Tom McDonald? Why? My mama and my grandma will slap the shit out of me if they heard me listening to that. My uncles will slap the hell out of me if they heard me listening to Tom McDonald. Why? Conservative and rap do not even go together. They don't even go in the same sentence. Conservative and rap is oxymoronic. They don't even go, they don't belong in the same sentence. He makes conservative rap, MAGA rap. He is MAGA Tekashi 6ix9ine, Tom McDonald. He's horrible. He's trash. All he raps about is how everybody is woke, and he's not woke, and they want to censor him because he's not woke, and you should be like him because being woke is bad, and everybody's professional victims and being woke, and he's not soft, and he's not this, and he's a real man, and he's all that boy. I hate that. Terrible. And it sounds horrible, right? But the alt-right black YouTubers, they see the play. They start acting like they love Tom McDonald. Then after they start acting like they love Tom McDonald's music, it shifts to Thomas Sowell with that pseudo-intellectual talk he does, right? Thomas Sowell throws black folks under the bus left and right, saying that racism is a problem of the past. Only our elders face racism. We need to stop talking about it, all of that. Ironically, they always tell black folks to stop talking about racism, stop talking about slavery, so on and so forth. But every other ethnicity get to talk about their plight all the time. You're never gonna hear, like, a Jewish person would never let you say, forget about the Holocaust. They will check you in a minute. They will never let you get that off. But black folks, we supposed to forget about that, whatever. We supposed to forget about slavery and what happened to our ancestors and so on and so forth. But anyway, they start reacting to Thomas Sowell. Then those Thomas Sowell reactions turn into Ben Shapiro reactions, Tucker Carlson reactions. They turn to Fox News reactions. It turns to Donald Trump reactions, and it turns to anti-woke. It just turns to a channel that is completely based in anti-woke stuff. You feel me? And they all follow that same grift. They follow that whole plan. And it's disgusting to watch, because these men throw their own people under the bus for an attaboy, a pat on their head, from people who don't even like them in the first place, from people who don't give a flying fuck about black people in the first place. That's why I remember when, as of recent, and I've spoken about this on my channel, on my live streams, when Candace Owens, a couple of years ago, black folks started listening to Candace Owens. Man, she got a point. She's actually right. She's just trying to hold black people accountable, right? And I'm all for accountability, but then I told y'all, who is she holding us accountable in front of? Who is her audience? Because it's not black folks. Her audience is full of anti-black white conservatives who don't give a rat's ass about black people. All they want to do is hear Candace Owens talk about black degeneracy and tell us we're nothing but degenerates, and tell us that we need to just stop being victims. That's all they want to hear her say. They don't have no care for black people at all. They just want to hear a black person talk about how degenerate black folks are and how we are nothing but complainers and victims. And so when they hear Candace spew that rhetoric, they clap it up for Candace and say, good job, Candace. Call those Negroes out. Tell those Negroes they ain't nothing. Tell those Negroes they are nothing but degenerates. Tell those Negroes everything is their fault, their own fault, why they didn't get far in life. Tell those Negroes that they just, they need to just pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Tell those Negroes it's their own fault, they're stuck in the hood. Tell those Negroes, hey, they don't have enough money because they didn't work hard enough, which is a bunch of bull. You feel me? Seriously. I told y'all last June I got laid off from work. And I just recently got employed, not even making nowhere near the money I used to make. I have a master's degree. You feel me? I went to school on a full academic scholarship at Mississippi Valley State University. Got my degree in communications, went to go to grad school, wrote 50, 60-page papers, research-based program. Got my master's degree, was working as a government contractor, all of the above, with great experience doing something that is very necessary and essential for this country. Right? And I couldn't even find a job, applying everywhere. Couldn't even get a job. We got people who got master's degrees. They want to pay people with master's degrees $40,000, $45,000. Are you serious? Are you crazy? So all we got to do is just work hard and go to school? No, it's more than just that. A lot of black folks don't know the people you have to know to get in good in these positions and all that, to get in good in these companies. And we don't have generational wealth just flying through our communities like that. And that was by design. Okay? But you have people like Candace Owens who will regurgitate the narrative that we just need to just get off our butt and stop being lazy. I ain't never been lazy in my life, except when it comes to cleaning up the crib and washing dishes. You feel me? Sometimes I'll be dragging with that. You feel me? Other than that, when I'm working, when I was in school, I was never lazy. I was always took pride in my work and what I did and whatever I put my name on. But people like Candace Owens, Jason Whitlock, Stevie Knight, the Cartier family, the Hodge twins, Tyrone Magnus, Officer Tatum, they give credence, or they allow these anti-black white conservatives to feel like, hey, we're saying the right thing, because they back them up. All right? They back them up. And then I always tell y'all, I told y'all, When I seen Tyrone Magnus, I knew what time it was. I don't trust buffed up black brothers on YouTube. Because like I told y'all, a lot of them buffed up brothers on YouTube, the buffed up black dudes, they kind of, a lot of them were raised in gym bro culture. They go to these gyms where a lot of black people are not there. They work out, have workout buddies. They're workout buddies with a lot of non-black people who throw around racist jokes, and they tell the black people they're being soft, or it's just a joke, or lighten up when they say racist jokes about black people. And they've been conditioned to accept those jokes. And I just let it fly over my shoulder, man. It's not a big deal. Let it fly over my shoulder. It's not a big deal, man. Just let it roll over my shoulder, man. It's not an issue. I'm not one of those black brothers. I'm not one of them black men. I'm not. I'm a black man from the south side of Chicago. You feel me? Grew up around nothing but black folks. And even when I went to grad school at a predominantly white institution, I still kept my blackness. I still stayed in touch with where I come from. Yeah, I had friends of different ethnicities, white, Hispanic, or Asian, or so on and so forth. But I still kept my blackness, and I will never let nobody disrespect black folks. To be a friend, or to fit in, or to make a buck on YouTube. It's not that serious. Yeah, I want to make the money that a lot of these YouTubers make where I don't have to work. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I do want to get my channel to that point at some point. But I'm not going to jeopardize, or I'm not going to lose my integrity doing so. I'm not going to throw my own people under the bus. I'm not going to act like or gaslight my own people into believing, to make them believe that racism that we see, or police brutality that we see, or cultural appropriation that we see is a figment of our imagination. I couldn't be able to look myself in the mirror every day if I did that. I wouldn't be able to, you know. And these dudes get on YouTube crying when we call them out for it. Oh my God, you're talking about me. Oh my God, just because I have a different opinion. I don't care if you cry. You get no sympathy from me, no empathy from me, because you don't have no empathy for your own people when you're throwing us under the bus. You don't care about us. You're not compassionate towards us when you're throwing us under the bus. You're not going to get no compassion from me over here. Sorry, can't do it. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out.